Welcome to the GRE Ask the Professor, brought to you by TurboTest. I am Professor Konstantine Onapolous, and I am your instructor for this period. We're looking at inequalities from the GRE test, and the first inequality that was submitted was 12 minus 6x, which is greater than 0. It only looks minorly complicated at first, but the reality is that with any math problem, there's multiple ways to do them, with only one correct answer, obviously. But we want to figure out the fastest and the easiest, or at least the most logical way to do them for the GRE, because keep in mind the GRE is a time test, and so we don't want to waste any time on any questions. And on the questions we can save time on, we certainly want to. So when you're dealing with an inequality, anytime you can avoid multiplying or dividing by a negative, you remove some of the complexity and you can move much faster. So let's go ahead and do that. So the problem again, 12 minus 6x is greater than 0. If we look at this, the easiest thing to do is we can add 6x first. So let's go ahead and do that. So we add 6x to this, and that immediately cancels it on the left side, adds it to the right side. We end up with 12 is greater than 6x. Now we can go ahead and we can just take the 12, which is greater than 6x, and divide the 6x to isolate the x. Divide the 12 by 6 also, and you end up with a math problem looking like this. Very simple. 6 goes into 12 twice, and 6 goes into 6 once. So it becomes 2 is greater than x. Very straightforward problem. The next problem, also considered an inequality, a little more complicated. The GRE likes to stick these in whenever it can to see if a student actually understands what's going on. And here we're given a problem of if 0 is less than or equal to x, and x is less than or equal to 10. And then if negative 10 is less than or equal to y, with y being less than or equal to negative 1, what is the range of x to y? So we have to consider all the variables, whether they're positive or negative, in order to get this problem. So let's go ahead and rewrite it in a way that we can understand it and look at it. So if we have 10 minus negative 1, so we put the negative 1 in parentheses to remind us that it's actually adding. So that becomes the 10 plus 1 is 11. And then, of course, we have the 10 minus the 10, put that in parentheses, which makes it a positive, which makes it 20. So that takes care of the one side. Now let's go ahead and do the other side. 0 minus, open parentheses, negative 1, close parentheses, obviously equals 1 because we converted the negative 1 into a positive. Then we have the 0 minus the negative 10, but we have it in parentheses, remind us that it's a positive, so that equals 10. So now we realize what our range is for x and y. X has to be 1 and y has to be 20. So the range possibility here is 1 to 20. As always, if you have questions or would like to get more information, please connect at turbotest.com. Thank you.